it getting better for you as a buyer in Fiverr?
I would honestly say it's getting.
We just arrived to Budapest with Mihailo. Hello. Going on a quick lunch, and we are gonna be meeting a very interesting person. He is actually my buyer. He ordered a few services of mine before on Fiverr, and we always kept communicating and stuff since I'm going through to Austria. It's gonna be interesting because he lives close there, and we're gonna be meeting him, and I wanted to ask him about his experience just using Fiverr. I think it's gonna be a first time I'm doing this like from the buyer perspective, so it's gonna be very interesting to see, and yeah, hope you're gonna enjoy it. All right, Ron. Good.
Hey man.
Good to meet you. I mean, I feel a bit nervous because we worked for like 5 times. I hope you.
Like that,
yeah, hope you like the results. Not sometimes, can be tricky.
No. But to be fair, honestly, different times, because when we started out, Instagram growth was a lot different than it is today. You more or less changed the way you did Instagram growth back then, and it was hard. It was hard for everybody. So to be honest, maybe people had, and I'm sure you'll say the same thing with other clients, had too high expectations maybe at this point, because it wasn't the same methods you could use with the limitations that Instagram actually has. So
yeah, I mean, I agree. It's been before. It's been actually I mean, Instagram is changing fast, so it's kind of like now it's really also difficult, but still, we always find ways. So, Ron, I wanted to ask you, what is your experience using Fiverr on the buyer side? Are you still using Fiverr, or is it?
Yeah, I'm actually still using Fiverr sometimes, for some web server stuff. I had like a new server to set up because I have my own root servers, because I host some domains. That worked out well, but it's mixed, because one thing I always say is it's great to have a 5-star rating or be a pro seller, but that doesn't always really mean you are getting the best seller. So I generally stick to the people I know and build a relationship and build up.
Do you rate them lower than 5 stars?
I'm not a guy that puts like a really bad feedback, because the first thing I do is, if there is a problem, I reach out and say, hey, can we redo this? Can you help me here? And if there's no feedback at all, or I feel that I'm not getting that service at all, I would consider a lower rating. But generally, I'm a person that firstly talks with the seller and try to work things out.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's cool. So do you see like your buyer experience going in a more positive direction over those years? Because you purchased my gig in 2018.
Yeah.
Do you think that is it getting better for you as a buyer in Fiverr, or maybe not?
I would honestly say it's getting worse, but that you know why? Because it's so overcrowded now compared to back then. But it's with many platforms, as much offers you have on a platform that's as big as Fiverr is now, and you have so many options now. That's a problem, I think, because it's hard to choose. If you search for something specific, you get hundreds of sellers. Okay, intuitively you would go to the pro sellers or to the higher rated sellers first, but then you have a waiting list for weeks sometimes. So you choose a lower tier seller because you think, what I'm gonna do if I need something rapid.
So you have your own, like your guys that you found, sellers, and you're just like sticking with them, right?
That's what I do. I'm generally a person that works long time with people, and even so, we didn't continue on the Instagram goals, which has other reasons, because
I mean, you're not focusing on Instagram.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
Much, so it doesn't have
because it's not that the service was bad, not at all. Because we always had great communication. It worked out for both of us. Always great. And the reason is I rather do a one-time job, see if it's working, build up on that relationship, and go back to the same seller. I'm generally like that. Even in my type of work, I try to establish long-term relationships. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, that's good. And also Ron showed me. Well, I mean, I know his YouTube channel, which has 180,000.
Almost, yeah.
180,000 subscribers, and this is just amazing because he was like talking, showing me, and I was following him because essentially, I mean, I think YouTube can be a huge platform for everyone.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking a business, a creator, freelancer, I mean, it's definitely a must. Let's talk just a little bit about this Fiverr AI thing. Yeah. So imagine like you are ordering a service and now you have to talk with this AI assistant. How do you feel about that?
Very controversial topic, but honestly, I'm not a big fan for AI, especially for customer service, because it's more of a hassle, in my opinion, to get through the hoops to actually get help. So traditionally, I love AI for some tasks. On Fiverr, especially, my experiences so far hasn't been great. But who knows in the long run? You know, maybe in 1-2 years, everything gets tuned out better. At the moment, I'd rather just go directly to the seller and get my help, you know, and not jump through hoops with the AI assistants. I'm not a big fan of it.
But now the seller will have this option that they will be chatting, and then you'll have to write chat to human, bring.
That's annoying as well. I mean, it's the same thing with Amazon. If you know Amazon customer service, you gotta go through many hoops now to actually chat to a person now, and they hide the button, you know, there that you don't chat with a person. But I guess, you know, AI will be getting better over the next few years. So.
But do you think that because they have also this like an AI creation model, you know, and you basically go and like you submit what you want, and then you see the seller, like, I don't know, do you think this is useful?
That can be useful, but I think it depends on the niche. For graphic and design, I think it's useful because there are many other platforms besides Fiverr that work great with that. This is the one niche, I would say, that has potential because you can give good commands to the AI assistant and get some instant results that are a baseline maybe and just need some tweaking. So I think this is the one thing where AI really excels.
Also, Ron, one more question I want to ask. So, you know, when you make a purchase on Fiverr, then you will see like this sort of like a service fee, you know, the buyer fee. Does it put you off? Kind of like, oh, like this is like hurting me, or I mean, it's not even to you questions, like in general, do you feel it's hurting the buyers in a way, or they're like, okay, this is fine. I mean, I rather do it on Fiverr because I have some protection, support, whatever, and this fee is like nothing. It's like 5.5% or 6%. Like, what do you think about that? Is it okay for you? Or?
Yeah, for me it's okay. Never actually turned me off. Oh, and on the other hand, I think it's like kind of a security net for me as well. So I have nothing against that actually, because I mean, might turn off some people, but let's be realistic. Every platform has some sort of fee like that or something similar. So I guess you need to get into your head that you get what you pay for.
Nice. So last thing, how we rate Fiverr from the buyer experience out of 10? So 10 is like perfect, everything. Like what would you say?
I would say 7. I'll give it a solid 7. It's still pretty good, but I must say I felt better about buying, as I said in the beginning, a couple of years back. But maybe it's just sometimes I'm overwhelmed with the massive amount of options and sellers you get these days. So it's really tough to find the good stuff.
I would say it's good because I know Ron from my experience working with him. He's true. He's gonna be like very how to say it nicely now. I'm kidding. No, he's gonna be like good. You know, like in terms of he's not gonna like complain, but he's gonna be actually on point. If this needs to be changed, this needs to be changed. But then he's gonna actually, because I remember he was rating me. I was like, oh, maybe I thought about Ron rate me. I thought maybe he's like not so good. But then it's always like amazing and stuff. Because I think that's you know, we should not. Well, you see the buyer, you know, in front of you, so it's normal things. If someone asks you for changes, it's totally fine. It's not like doesn't mean that this work is not good, but it's just, you know, part of the process.
It's communication in the end, because if the communication is good, even if the results are not 100% what you got, but the communication is good, that's worth more, in my opinion, because you can build up that for the next order, you know, and tweak it and get a better result after that.
Great. I mean, communication, guys, is the most important. Just remember, Ron, let's cheers again.
Cheers
on the meeting in Austria. All right, guys, hope you will find it useful.